It's too cold, let's not mess around, okay? This is 58 Keys Christmas gift guide, but it is not about what you can buy other people, it's about what you can buy yourself. And tell me you don't deserve something good after this year. And also tell me that this doesn't get your interest. Turn on the office heater.
Okay, the office heater is on.
Hello, I'm William Gallagher. I'm quite slowly warming up in the office, and this is 58 Keys, which, as always, is for writers like you and me who use Macs and iPhones and iPads. There's a gift guide right there. Go buy yourself a Mac, an iPhone and an iPad. I think I've just recommended you spend, what, between 3,000 and 4,000? Yeah, can't call it a stocking filler price range. I am going to make one, seriously, I'm going to make one large, expensive recommendation in a minute, but I know when we get to it that you will agree it's worth it. Doesn't mean you can afford it right now, and actually I'm putting off buying that one too, but you'll know it's worth it, and I think you'll know the rest are too. So, what I'm recommending for you, wait, if there is someone else, you'd be okay with somebody else buying you these things. That'd be all right, wouldn't it? You'd put up with that, you'd be okay? All right, tell you what, here's the thought. Send these people this video. Yeah, don't be too obvious about it. Don't say, I want the third recommendation, please. Instead, tell them something like, oh, look, a new episode of the always excellent 58 Keys. You should subscribe to that. You know, be subtle. Yeah, okay. 5 Christmas recommendations for you as a writer. Actually, let me start with a 58 Keys one, which is, it's almost a present. It's more like a Christmas present where you and I go Dutch. And also this is brand new, because I love this. I've got to tell you about this. I have a new online only writing course that's focused on something that I know helps all writers, whatever we write, but I can't find anyone else discussing. It's how to interview people. For example, when you're a novelist and you're looking for those stories, those rich stories, or you're a scriptwriter looking for that authenticity, I suggest there's no better way to find out what you need than by interviewing someone who knows about it already, who's lived through it. I've been doing this freelance writing for 30 years. I must have interviewed thousands of people by now, and it has all improved my writing. Now, the Christmas present thing you deal is there's going to be a 50 quid version of it out sometime next year. But for us, for you and me specifically, and for Christmas as far as I can into the new year, it'll be £30. There are 80 minutes of video, 3 sessions and homework. Link in the show notes below, or just go to william-gallagher.teachable.com. I love that I got to do this. Anyway, I am now back to devices and products. I am now quite toasty warm. I should be taking off the jumper in a minute. I'm not recommending heaters to you, but I am actually getting a bit hot. Hang on. Turn off the office heater.
Okay, the office heater is off.
I'm not recommending the heater, but I'm recommending this. This is the Meros, I think I'm pronouncing it right, Smart. Well, actually, it's the box for it. Because the real plug is down there under the desk and it's so messy, you can't see it. That plug is a HomeKit plug. Actually, this time, watch the heater itself as I do this again. Turn on the office heater. Boom, there you go.
Okay, the office heater is on.
And I can also do it with a swipe on my iPhone, a tap here, click on my Mac. Great. All of this is a HomeKit thing, and actually it's also set up so that through HomeKit automation, the heater will turn itself on half an hour before I usually get into the office. Don't know why it didn't happen today. Smart plugs. The heater is a dumb old regular heater I've had for a decade. The plug is new, and it gives it this feature to turn it on remotely, automatically. This one cost me £17, the plug, but the trouble is with HomeKit that it varies all the time and all the place as well. The UK where I am, it has quite few HomeKit devices. America has oodles. So I will put a link to this particular plug down below, but what's probably best is that if you Google the word smart plug and HomeKit. HomeKit being Apple's standard for smart homes. And there are others, but you need to pick just one, and I picked HomeKit. tell you, when I do a whole 58 keys on smart plugs and things like this, I think it's going to be 30 seconds on how you set any of them up, about a minute maybe on all the things you can do with them, and then 16 to 17 hours explaining how HomeKit works and doesn't. That's why the office heater didn't work today. Anyway, still, HomeKit smart plugs. It's a treat, especially on cold days like this. So shop around for HomeKit plugs. Look at Amazon, look at Google. At any time you'll find different ones, different results, but they all do the same thing and I really like them. While we're talking about HomeKit though, this is the next recommendation. Please take a look at my watch. That's my office right now. Told you it was messy. Back when we used to be able to travel all the time, I might have the greatest of holidays. Really relax, all that stuff. But on my way back, there would be this point where I get really tense, quite clutchy tense, about whether or not this gear would still be here. It's not like I have a lot of Apple gear. The Mac's quite old, the monitor's newer, but harder to lift, all sorts of things. For some reason, I've always had this maybe irrational fear on the way home that something bad is going to happen, that I will have been robbed, basically. And now, well, we can't travel, but when we can, I will never have that issue again. I'll never have that twitchiness. I should probably look into the healthiness of why I twitch so much. But instead, I bought a Eufy security camera. Now, again, because this is HomeKit, different models, different places, different prices all the time. It's just stupid. When there isn't a sale on, and I got this in a Black Friday sale, this particular model costs about £50, around the same in dollars. But there are so many of them. That's an internal camera. There's external ones that cost a lot more. You can get bundles of combinations of all of them. And they all record. If you're an iCloud subscriber, if you pay for iCloud, then they also record to iCloud. So something happens, it starts saving to iCloud instead of sending your video to who knows which security company where. It's tiny, small, very handy. It's supposed to be able to do things like recognize faces. If I walk in, it should say, that's William coming in for it. And I cannot get that to work for some reason. If you're pointing it outside, I have a couple of gardens here. You're also supposed to be able to set regions. And I can have it look just at my garden and not the neighbours, because the neighbours have a lot of kids. It's very busy. There can be a lot of motion there. Mine is, if somebody comes in the back way, it'd be quite nice to know about it, and the camera can tell me while ignoring anything else. That's a HomeKit feature. That works really well. And the camera as a whole has given me reassurance, really, which is well worth it. Next, something I wrote about this earlier this year on appleinsider.com. It's the HomePod Mini. I did a 58 keys on the full HomePod ages ago, part of Apple Music. I love that old thing. But in the HomePod Mini article that was published, I delivered this copy saying that a HomePod Mini is like a tribble. First you get one, then you have two, then so I never thought that would get through the editing process, but it did, because it's true. And because I think they're Star Trek fans. I really, really like my original HomePod that's behind me now. But the new £99 or dollars HomePod Mini sounds almost as good, and it's somehow much more desirable than the bigger HomePod. And it's also moreish. I have bought one as a Christmas present. I'm hankering over a second one for the kitchen. It'd be nice to have one in the living room as well. HomePod Mini, it is a present for Christmas, but it will last you forever. You will be listening to this thing throughout your next novel, book, script, everything. Last one. We could talk about iPhones and iPads. We could most definitely talk about AirPods, which are so good, and Apple Watch too. But no, instead, let's do this. This is the single best Apple product for writers right now. The new MacBook Air. Same price as before, but startlingly faster. All right, okay, come on. Every new computer's faster than the one before, especially just after you bought that one. But usually you have to be told that. You wouldn't notice it otherwise. And you'll notice it this time. Whoa, will you notice? The new MacBook Air starts at $999, that's dollars or pounds, and it is a gem of a machine. Now, you and I might reckon that $1,000 or pounds for a MacBook Air is very good value for what you get, but neither of us can really pretend that it's cheap. So let me end this 58 Keys gift guide, the guide for you to buy things for yourself, with something that is. In fact, actually, something not only cheap, it's free, and it's from me to you. It is Christmas on 58 Keys. For Christmas week, that's December the 21st to 25th, 2020, there will be 58 Keys episodes every night featuring a special guest, ranging across writing Macs and writing tools. So, for example, we have a writing hero of mine who fully admits that without looking, she couldn't tell you what sort of Mac she writes on. I love that. We have the developer of Omni Outliner, a absolutely favourite theatre writer, and a friend of mine who explains exactly why and how he loves Scrivener so much that he got a discount for it for Writers Guild members in the UK. December 21st to 25th, Christmas on 58 Keys. And, you know, the episodes will stick around afterwards, because I know you've got a heavy party schedule that week. 2020, eh? Strange year. But it is the year I got to start talking to you through 58 Keys. So, yeah. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourself. And I'll see you soon.